Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Sama. So not too long ago we shared the story of a Nigerian young politician. Apparently she joined politics at a very young age, maybe in her early 20s, and somehow she got a bit of connection. You know, she started since then. I kept on rising and rising and rising until where she got to recently, whereby apparently the government money, she ended up putting it into a private account, and there are these accusations and allegations of stealing and all of that. So we share the story here, but there's this thing that's going around about, you know, people started digging up old pictures of her, and they talked about how much her skin color has changed from when she was younger, and it's like the further she goes up in the ladder in politics, the lighter her skin color became. I try to use it as an opportunity to speak about this topic. At the end of the day, adults are free to do whatever they want to do with their skin. All you can give is advice, suggestions, and all of that. Everybody is free to do whatever. So don't get me wrong. Adults can do whatever they like. It's a free, you know, it's free will. It's a free choice. Anybody can make their own, you know, choices. But I want to speak on something that I think may help some people. I want to focus on the disadvantages of doing some kind of things to the skin, you know, because sometimes people go into changing the color of their skin without thinking about this other aspect of it. So I'm hoping by the time I just laid some of these things out, you know, maybe it may make somebody else to realize that, oh wow, you know, I didn't need it. First thing I want to say is that as far as I'm concerned, every skin color is beautiful. Every skin color. The only difference is how well do you maintain the skin color that you have. You can be white, you can be an African with light skin, you can be an African with dark skin, but do you look after that skin that you have? I have seen some people that are white, that their skin are nothing to write home about. Their skin is like, oh, what the hell is this? I have seen people with white skin that their skin looks horrible. I have seen people with black skin that their skins that they have horrible skin. I have seen light-skinned Africans that their skins are horrible. It all, to a great extent, is how you look after your skin. So the beauty, the sad part is, I feel like there's this idea that is being sold. Unfortunately, a lot of people are buying into it, that light skin is better. I personally don't believe that. Or light skin is, you know, that light skin is better, the light skin is more attractive, and it's a lie. There are some, we know of a lady, I don't even know her name, black. When I say black skinned, that a photographer saw her at a festival or something like that, took a picture of her, posted it, the next thing she blew up just because of her dark skin. I want to speak about the disadvantages. You know, unfortunately, it seems that in our society in Nigeria, she's a Nigerian as well, you know, it's almost like the light skin is seen as something for the rich. It's like posh. Light skin is seen as posh. Light skin is seen as a sign that you are doing well. Because look at how she graduated. Let me tell you guys, she was beautiful when her skin was dark skinned. She's still beautiful now that it's a lighter shade. So let's put it out there. But let me talk about the disadvantages, right, of changing it. The thing about, if your skin was not naturally light skin and you change it, unfortunately, it is not a transition that just happens and that's it. Unfortunately, it's something you have to keep doing for the rest of your life, because the skin will always naturally want to go back to its natural state. So it's going to be a continuous battle to try to keep it at a light shade. But if you're naturally light, then you don't have any battle. It just happens naturally. Another thing people don't realize, I, as a light-skinned African, a light-skinned Nigerian, you know, advantages that I see in dark skin is that you can easily hide your scars. You can easily hide whatever. I remember, like, when I used to have acne scars, and I used to think about it, that if my skin was dark, it wouldn't show. But as a light-skinned person, if you have acne or you have an injury or whatever, you have to try to brighten the spots because they fade into dark spots. You understand? I can speak about, like, I'm not gonna lie, right now I don't have any acne problems, right? But when there was a time I had acne problems because my life was stressed. My life, you know, I had a stressful life and all of that, and the first thing that it affected was my skin. When I was in nursing school, this is ages ago, when I was in nursing school studying and trying to run a house and all of that, working at the weekends, I wasn't getting proper sleep, and I had so many acne, and I started using the acne treatment. The acne treatment was so harsh that it was damaging my skin. It was leaving dark spots. At the end of the day, as a light-skinned person, I had to go look for dark spot remover, whatever, dark spot, whatever, and all of those hassle to brighten it. But dark-skinned people, when they get spots on their faces, it doesn't take too long. It fades into their skin. Personally, I believe that the darker, the better. The darker, the more beautiful. The darker, the more... There's just something rich about the dark skin. This is how I see it. There's something rich about it. And I believe it's one of the skin colors that are the most, how do I even say, like the most effortlessly, the most skin that you can effortlessly maintain. I remember one story, and I never forgot it. A story of somebody that, you know, this person went to the shop where they sell bleaching cream in Nigeria. Went to the shop where they sell bleaching cream and asked the woman, I said, oh, I want something for bleaching, because this person didn't know what to buy. A very young person, let's say a teenager. I went to the shop and said to the person in the shop, you know, I want to buy bleaching cream, and I never forgot that story. It stuck with me for decades. I heard this story when I was like, I heard this story ages ago, let's say about more than 20 or 30 years ago, and but that story stayed with me. When they asked the shop owner that, oh, I want something cream for bleaching my skin, and this person has dark, lovely skin, this person said that when the seller looked at the buyer, and with the eye of pity and sadness, looked at the buyer and said, so this is your beautiful skin, you just want to destroy it. Just the way she looked at it, with sadness and sorrow and, you know, that pain, and bent her head and said, so this is your beautiful black skin, you just want to spoil it. This person said, they turned around. The buyer narrated that story, said that made the buyer turn around. He said, decided to use the money to go and buy snacks and ate. And he said every time he remembered how sad and how sad the seller looked, and how disappointed, and how, do you know what I mean, like how the person looked at the buyer, that image never left their mind, that, whoa, it was a life-changing experience. Do you know the thing about when the skin is dark and somebody tries to lighten it, the consequences are always very bad, no matter how rich you are to maintain it, because you're fighting against nature. It's a fight against nature. There's always going to be one thing or the other. There are a lot of advanced ways they do it now, the bleaching. There are a lot of advanced ones now. But people don't know that some people's livers have been destroyed by bleaching cream. There are even ones they say there's bleaching capsules, tablets, bleaching injections, bleaching IVs, a lot of those things, because it's going into your body to try to counter nature. A lot of them have done damages to people's bodies, not just externally but internally. Kidney problems and other kind of problems. So imagine somebody, God forbid, now has kidney problems, can sit back and say, I caused this because I wanted the light skin. So imagine if it's a kidney problem that will take somebody down under, 6 feet under. The person will, on that day, be saying, I wanted the light skin, now I'm going 6 feet under. Then is it worth it? Do you know what I mean? So being dead in the name of chasing after another skin shade, does it make any sense? Imagine all of just that extra risk they put on their lives. Is it? I'm saying it again. I'm not coming here to body shame anybody for lightening their skin. That's not what it's about. But I'm coming here to speak to somebody today, to make somebody sit back and say, you know what? I actually like my skin shade and I'm going to maintain what I have. To a great extent, our society in Nigeria has a terrible role the society plays in this. Even myself, as a light-skinned person, if I lived in Nigeria, my skin will not be this light. So because I don't live in Nigeria, we don't have much sun. So my skin is... In Nigeria, if you're light-skinned... I remember when I lived in Nigeria, when I was in secondary school, I would trek to school, walk to school and back. And I used to tan, really tan. And when you go home for Christmas or, to the village, to the countryside where we come from, when we go for Christmas, you hear people say, what happened? She used to be light-skinned. It's almost like it's a bad thing. Forgetting that we live in a climate where the sun is very harsh. At the end of the day, you guys know that my channel, I always try to use it to pass a message across that can help somebody. You understand? Look after your skin that you have. If you're dark skin and you maintain it, there is no battling with your skin at all. There is no, because it is naturally what it is. But once people go, the worst part, once they start, is like what's it called? It's like a journey of no return because of the maintenance, trying to maintain the light skin. And sometimes a lot of the time the skin does not cooperate because it is naturally what it's supposed to be, and it will continuously try to do what it's naturally supposed to be, and it's going to be a battle, you understand, to try to keep it up. My message, I'll say it again, is this: love the skin that you have. Love the skin that you have. Light skin is not easy to maintain. If I tell you guys sometimes, if I tell you guys some of the struggles, sometimes even I notice sometimes, for example, when I always sit down to edit, because I sit down, I put my elbows on the table while I'm editing. After a while, I notice darkness on my elbows. Real darkness on my elbows. Another one I noticed now, I noticed I started having darkness a bit on my knees. And that's because when I sit on the toilet now, I sit like this and I put my elbows. And friction can cause darkening of elbows and not knees, like the top of my knees. And myself, sometimes I say, as someone that my mother is the one with the light skin and my father is dark skin. So my mother's family will be predominantly light-skinned people. My father's side, predominantly dark skin. I believe that my father's dark side is inside, but my mother's one is the one that is showing on the outside. When I bruise, you will just see it will turn black. And I'm always like, whenever I see if I bruise and it's turning black, I'm like, hey, my father's color is coming through. That's how I see it. I'm just speaking about when you have spots, your elbows or whatever, as a light-skinned person, any kind of friction and stuff like that can, you know what I mean? So imagine, that's for me that is even light skin. So imagine for those that use something to lighten their skin. My message at the end of this is this: we need to, if we can change from going, the time we used to put relaxers on our hairs, permed hairs and relaxers and all of those chemicals, to an age where natural hair is now seen as beautiful. We now accept that natural hair is beautiful. If we can make that full circle. My hair is natural too, my hair is natural too. I'm actually trying to do dreadlocks, so my hair is still early days, so I'm still very patient. I'm looking forward to when it gets really long and I can really have all the kind of styles that I want. One of you the other time sent me a picture. Let me put it here on Facebook. Thank you for sending me that. I took a screenshot of it and I kept it as my inspiration. She's had her own dreadlocks for 9 years. I'm just putting this now to say you are my inspiration. I've kept this picture to inspire me. So my own is still early days. Sometimes I pack it up and all of that. But anyways, going back to the fact that if we can go the full circle from thinking that it's only permed hair that is nice and now accept that natural hair is beautiful too, we can do it with skin colors as well. And that is what I'm hoping that I can achieve by posting this. Look after the skin that you have. Let me tell you, when you look after your skin, you will see that people, if you look after your skin, people will see you on the street and say, whoa, what do you use? How your skin fine like this? What you mean? Your skin, you understand? Your own natural skin compared to the struggle of trying to change it to another color and it continuous battle to try to maintain it. My message, I say it again, my message is this: love the skin that you have and look after that skin that you have. The biggest lie you can ever believe is that light skin is better. No, that's basically my message. As always, this is my opinion about it, and as always, whatever your opinions are, please leave them in the comments section below. With that, I'm going to say thank you for watching. Until the next time, guys. Bye bye. Bye.